All right, this is going to be the Willie Lawson show, and starting it's going to feature me as candidate Lawson. There are a couple of things to comment on, and maybe make myself available to folks who maybe want to listen in. Let me turn that this way. There you go. That'll work a little better. It'll sound great and it won't cover my face. There you go. We'll be like just eyes on top of this microphone. All right. I'm gonna go live. Three, two, one. All right. Welcome to Willie Lawson Show. My name is Willie Lawson. I am a candidate for county commission here in District 3 of Hillsborough County, Florida. If you are watching somewhere else in the world, Hillsborough County, Florida is basically the Tampa Bay area. It's on the west coast of the peninsula of Florida, about midway down. It's part of what you hear in politics called the I-4 corridor. That's the beginning of the I-4 corridor that goes across the state. And I am running for county commission here in District 3. Now, there are a couple of things that I have not been able to comment on yet, and that I'm going to comment on. One of the things I'm going to comment on is the county charter review board met and decided that they would not expand or not support the expansion of the county commission by adding what people wanted, ostensibly to be an Hispanic district. I'm in favor of that decision, and I'll tell you why. Because the minority distinction is a little different with Hispanics in Hillsborough County than it is with African Americans or Black people in this county. And very simply, it's that a lot of people who've moved here recently from South America have frankly spread out. Not all of them, or not even a majority of them, really live in a specific district. So that's the difference. And they can, you know what? And I think that the Hispanic population can be represented if indeed we have to represent the Hispanic district or the Black district or the Black people. The best way to do that is to elect someone from that community. That's the best way. The best way isn't hoping that you cordon off an area in hopes of somebody running for that district seat. And that's how you're going to do it. The best way is for that community to raise up a person that will represent them on the county commission. The best way for District 4 to be represented is to raise up somebody from that particular district that understands the who understands what's going on in that district, especially District 4, which is a lot of agriculture, along, right beside some burgeoning growth, who understands what that district's all about. That's how you do that. That district raises somebody else up. Simply cordoning an area off, hoping that you get the right representation, is kind of silly, really. And we've already done that with single member districts. And the biggest problem isn't even that for me. The biggest problem is that the amount of representation that the individual citizen within any single member district can have. Now, here we go. Let's compare District 4. No, we don't have to do that. Let's compare District 3, where we live, and see how many representatives that we would have under the current configuration of the county commission. We have a district person that is currently Les Miller, and then there are 3 countywide seats. And effectively, all 3 of these other people are also, or should also, be responsive to my needs, wants, concerns, comments, and criticisms. So there's actually 4 people representing, ostensibly representing me in a single member district. Under the plan that had been pushed by a number of people, by adding a district, they were going to actually take away a countywide position, and you have to add 2. So they were going to take away a countywide position, and then I would have 3 people: my district person, 2 of the countywide people, and then we'd be done. Now, there are some people who've said by adding a person that you're expanding government. Well, I don't think that that's necessarily true either. I don't think that that's necessarily true. If indeed I think the goal, if there's a goal, is to get as many people represented directly as possible. Now, as the county grows and as people come in, we're going to have a very similar problem that the federal government has. When we're talking about one representative for the House of Representatives representing 600,000 people, well, maybe not, right? Maybe not. Maybe they're not. Maybe all 600,000 people across a congressional district aren't being represented. That's entirely possible. So there may indeed be a time that we decide maybe to do this another way. My suggestion is not to add a single member district, is to get rid of the districts entirely, which I think that probably won't happen because we are a pre-clearance district, and the Department of Justice probably would never sign off on that, especially this Department of Justice, and then make everybody on the board, all 7 members of the board, accountable to every person. So it would be 7 people. It would be the population divided by 7. Everybody's responsible for everybody. So now, instead of having 4 people, that should be listening to what I'm saying, now I've got all 7, regardless of where they happen to live in the district, live in the county. Now I should have the ear of all 7 people. I should have 14 ears instead of 8. So I think that's, if we get to a point where the population increases, I think it may be time to dump the single member district model and go to a everybody runs all over the county model. I think. All right. Confederate flag. Confederate flag's been a big, huge, hairy deal, and well, I'll tell you what. Personally, me, I am not. I don't get warm fuzzies when I see the stars and bars. I don't. You know what? I believe, and I've said this publicly. I believe that the stars and bars is everything people say it is. I believe that it is the heritage of the South. I believe that I understand that it is the battle flag for the militia in Northern California. Only flew for 4 years. I believe all that to be true. I believe that it is about Southern heritage. I also believe that it is because it's been co-opted by hate groups. It is now a symbol. It's become a symbol of these hate groups. That's the danger. And I think we can all learn a lesson. That's the danger of letting somebody co-opt something that belongs to you, that belongs to your group, that belongs to your cause, that belongs to your culture. When you let another group co-opt that, that's kind of the danger. And now, unfortunately, for those that believe that the Confederate flag is about Southern heritage and pride, it is now also a symbol of hate and bigotry and murder. It's all the things people say it is. Now, should it be flown on government property? Would you fly the rising sun over the capital of Hawaii? And you're like, well, what does that have to do with anything? Well, at the time, the Confederate flag, which is not the stars and bars that you see, but I know that, so don't write me and tell me that I don't know what I'm looking at, because I do understand what I'm looking at. At the time, the Confederate flag was the flag of a nation that was warring with the Union, that was warring against the Stars and Stripes, the flag that we call the American flag. So, would you take that flag? Would you? Well, during World War II, when the United States and the Allies were fighting against Japan and Germany and Italy, would you take those flags and fly them over your capital? Well, no, you of course you wouldn't. That's stupid. Then why does anyone think that it's perfectly okay to fly the flag of a defeated nation? The Confederacy was defeated over what is now ostensibly Union property. And I know that there's a lot of people who are still still mad about about the outcome of the war. But guess what? Atlanta is now part of the Union. So is Charlotte. So is Tallahassee. So is Nashville. So is Biloxi. So is New Orleans. So is Baton Rouge, Tampa, Ocala, Orlando, all part of the Union, no longer part of the defeated Confederacy. So it makes sense that you wouldn't fly the flag of a defeated nation on your government property. It makes sense that you wouldn't fly the Union flag on Union government property. That makes perfect sense. Now, having said that, if you want to fly the Stars and Bars in your front yard, rock on. Go right ahead. If you want to put it on your car and drive up and down Adamo Drive, rock on. I don't care. Doesn't make any difference to me. That's part of the cool part about being an American. You can do such things. If you want to paint your house with the Stars and Bars, go right ahead. Rock on. Do it. Do what you think you need to do. I don't have a problem with it. I really, seriously don't have a problem with it. Again, it doesn't give me all the warm fuzzies it may give you, but if that's what you want to do on your property, um, we all know that here in the Hillsborough County area, on I think is it MLK? I think it's MLK. No, it's 92. I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember what it was, but you can see it from the interstate, right there at the interchange of I-75 north and southbound and I-4 east and westbound. There is a very large flagpole, and most days it is flying a very large, what we're calling a Confederate flag, the Stars and Bars, the battle flag, flying over this interchange that gets tens of thousands of cars that see it every single day. I go to work that way. I see it Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday and Saturday on my way to Brandon. I see it all the time. Maybe I've been desensitized because it doesn't strike fear in me. It doesn't strike hate in me. It doesn't strike um, any form of discomfort. I don't care. And when they were putting this thing up, what we found to be true is that the property that this flagpole sits on is private property, and there are no regulations about height of flagpole or size of flags. There are no regulations against that particular size of flag and that flagpole. There's no laws against it. They're not breaking the law. Am I completely comfortable with it? Do I like it? No. But, that's part of being in America. We are not protected from being offended. There is no guarantee that someone will do that's perfectly legal won't offend us, won't make us uncomfortable. We are not guaranteed any protections in the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Florida, the Charter of Hillsborough County, or the charter of the city of Tampa from being offended or upset. So as they fly that flag every day in a completely legal manner, my official position is, excuse me, I don't care. Fine, whatever. That's my official government position. I don't care. So I have a feeling that there are people who are going to be coming to talk to me about it or calling me about it. You can email me at willie at lawsonforcommission.com. Ask me about it. But I just told you, I don't care. Doesn't make any difference to me. One of the independent reporters was in the paper, I guess, today, in his Confederate uniform, waving the stars and bars, and he is, as far as I know, the only black person who is a member of the Sons of Confederacy, and that's fine because again, in this country, we have. I mean, what we're given is choice, and he can choose to do that if he wants to, and I don't have a problem with it. I don't care. It won't be me. The last time I ran for county commission, I was asked to speak in front of the Sons of Confederacy. I chose not to. I chose not to. And this time, I will probably, if asked, I will probably say no as well. There you go. I mean, it's as simple as that, really. All right, listen. We're going to put this up on I'm going to try to put this up on my website. And if you're on the website now, thank you for coming to the website. And up in the corner there, up in the corner, wait, let me get my finger in the camera. Up in the corner, there is, I'm not sure which corner it'll be, but up in one of these corners is a donate button. Please donate to the campaign. We are actually at this point at 25% of our goal of phase one. Phase one is to raise a qualifying fee. The qualifying fee is around $6,000. We're about, and we got to the 25% point, and hopefully in the next week or two, we can get the next 25%. We want to have it all done by Christmas time. So if you do that, if you'll help us out with that, that'd be great, and I'd really appreciate it. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Again, if you want to get a hold of me, just send me an email at willie@lawsonforcommission.com. That's Willie, WILLIE, at lawsonforcommission.com. Till we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, take care of yourself. We'll see you when we see you.